Well, good afternoon, folks. We are between winter storms here at the house. It's still chilly as can be outside, out there. But it's sunny, and I've gone out and put cat litter on our front walk between the porch and the mailbox in order that Tina and I don't bust our wrists or something going out to check the mail. If you look at my studio zone here, I've made some changes. I've got the corner over here just splendid. That one chair right there allows my right hand to come on over here to this pedal board arrangement, which I've actually modified since the last time that I said I'd figured out a better way to do it. And the big difference now is right there, where you can see that there were two outputs coming out of the looper. And there's two outputs going in the looper. And this switching unit over here, which can be used to either have two instruments go into a single output, and you can switch between them, or you can turn it around and have it so that a single input is split into two different places. Well, that's what I did. So if I hit one of them here, okay, it's just on. I've got some crunch here, not too loud, with the bass rolled off. Got my lovely, everything's working today, snake bite reverb, and then that goes to the looper. So that's pretty much what you might call a crunch channel. But out of this side, we go up into my Q-Wave multi-effects unit, which is great because I can have, you know, oh, wait a minute, I got to get the charger unplugged. There we go. Yeah, okay, so I've got sort of a clean channel with a little bit of reverb right here, right? And it's got some modulation, a little bit of echo in it. And then, come on, y'all. I got to turn off the Bluetooth. Dang it. Okay. And then the second one brings in some gain and a cabinet choice. It kind of beefs it up a little bit, and the echo is a little more pronounced. And then right there is extreme crunch. And then I send that through this BBE sonic stomp where I can roll off lows or highs parametrically, and it's helpful in shaping the tone. And then we go to this neat echo modulated delay that I got for very cheap. I had some money in my PayPal, and I was not getting what I wanted out of this old analog delay. This one is great. It's got sort of a flanger or a univibe feature here with this switch. You can turn it on and off and manipulate that some, and it's got a really nice throw. And you can dial up the feedback and, you know, make it sound like a helicopter is landing in your bathroom. Also, I can just yank over my little keyboard station here with the Casio sampling keyboard, and I've got an Electro-Harmonix freeze, and kind of like a long slapback delay thing going on there, because you know, those of us that use Casio gear know that if you don't go in and change the you see those little characters right there, if you don't go in with effect select and change those parameters, it can be a pretty stark and bitey sound. And so I like to be able to use the freeze to create a bed, kind of a tonal center underneath everything, and dial it down real low so it's just humming like an organ in there. And then, you know, and have that slight slap back on it. So all of this stuff is very near and available to me. I've got my 5-watt amp there. A good cabinet down there. It's an old PV cabinet, but it's got a really good speaker in it. Here's the amp that Joel Maynard made that I was absolutely blessed to get. And I went out and kissed my wife because today I finally figured out how to take this spring reverb, this old spring reverb I have, Accutronics, Cary, Illinois it says on it, but this came out of a Fender amplifier. And the problem that I was having was these doggone RCA jacks. But I found all of the ends that I needed today attached to this damn thing. And lo and behold, I think using Velcro here, I may be able to take this reverb unit and attach it to the top of either one of my tube amps, maybe carry it around in a bag and then just slap it on there when I have a reason to take it out and use it. But today is the day I'm going to find out if that reverb unit works. It looks like it should. It's really pretty clean. I pulled it out of a Fender tweed colored Acoustasonic amplifier that I used for about 20 years that finally died. And this autoharp, I've removed the keying system from it because the felts were bad. And I took one of the keys, you can see it right here, and have used it in a sort of a koto or kalimba way to subdivide the strings into halves. Many string possibilities there. And this is an old clip-on pickup with a volume control on it, which I was able to force in there. Okay, there's some really radical things occurring with those strings that are up above it. But the volume control turns freely, and this works great with the holding pencils and using the eraser end of the pencil as a tiny mallet. And of course you could use a plectrum or finger picks with it. And I'm thinking about finding a way to incorporate this Boss Harmonist pitch shifting pedal into this as kind of a permanent feature. And there's my little Ibanez keyboard amp right back there that's really good for just testing electronics and stuff. And I always keep that right nearby where I can click it on. So today's a good day. And I'm really looking forward to seeing if this little spring reverb is going to become something that I can get some slap back out of my tube amps with, because they're super Spartan. You know. That one there just has volume control on it. This one just has tone, gain, and volume and a standby switch. So this would really, really make a difference. All right, stay warm, friends.